Yo, this is Christian. Today I want to talk about something really interesting, which is action faking. So if you are trying to learn to code to get your first web development job, you might be action faking. I'm going to explain what this concept is and why it's actually going to hinder your progress. Action faking is when you do things to be busy rather than actually doing things that will move the needle for you. So I'll give you a few examples from my own experience. When I was starting out and I was learning to code, I was binging online courses. And I was spending a lot of time during the day binging content. Maybe 4 hours or 5 hours per day, I was just watching courses and I was following tutorials. And when I was going to bed, I was feeling really good about myself because I was learning, right? I was improving, I was getting new concepts. But the thing is, the reality was that I wasn't really practicing what I was learning. And I don't know about you, but I learn best when I create things with my own hands, when I get my hands dirty with code, when I try to create something. Because that's when you actually connect the dots, and that's when you actually understand the concept, when you are breaking it and putting it back together. But most people, most aspiring developers, they are just action faking every single day for months and months and months. And they'll never get to that point when they'll realize, damn it, I really need to make something, okay? And the best way to break out of this vicious loop is to start doing something. Literally anything. Just start doing something and ask questions. Ask yourself questions. How can I improve? How can I change this? How can I add a new thing? And you might be saying, okay, but I don't know what to do. Start using web apps and websites and applications on your phone. And instead of just being mindless about it, be aware of what's happening when you press a button. Be aware of what's happening when you're typing in an input. Okay? Start to open your eyes. Okay? Start to open your eyes and understand what others are doing, because you don't need to reinvent the wheel. Okay? And I feel like a lot of beginners have this huge rock, this huge burden on their shoulders, thinking that they need to reinvent the wheel. Absolutely not. You should not do that in the beginning. If you are some super genius, then go for it and create a new product. But if you are a beginner, like most people, then you should just try to clone different things. And I'm not talking about the Crown Shop or whatever other clones are on Udemy, where people are telling you exactly step by step what you have to do. Try to break an application down on paper. Look at an application and break it down. You have pages, you have forms, you have different components that do different things, and try to break those things down on paper, right? Now, it depends at what stage you are. If you are a beginner, start small. Maybe build a calculator. Maybe after you finish that calculator, think about 2 or 3 other things that you could add to that calculator. After you finish that, build a to-do list, right? The classic to-do list, but it's a really important application that you need to make. After you finish that, what are 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 other things that you could add to that to-do list to make it cooler or better, okay? Or after you finish learning the JavaScript part, okay, start with React. Can you replicate all those apps with React? Then add in an API. Okay, can I add different pages and create an application using this API? Cool, I'm adding an application. Can I use a chart? Can I use a drop-down? Can I install a different React component? And start adding things as you go. But you always need to have a growth mindset. Okay, what can I improve? What can I add? What can I change? How can I make this better? Always ask yourself this question, and don't look for answers from other people, because they've already solved the problem and they'll show you how to solve it, but that's not going to teach you how to solve it, okay? You need to ask yourself, what do I need to do? What can I do? What can I make better? What can I improve? And when you ask yourself that question, that's when you'll find out the how, okay? The how, it's all over the internet. Even in my coaching program, I have a few videos, not many, and I don't show people how to make an app from scratch, okay? But I tell them what they should be looking for, okay? All the information is on the internet. They need to learn how to find it and how to use it. And I do the same thing in my job, right? I know how to search better than most people. That's why I'm a developer, or a well-paid developer. And I wanted to talk about something else, but I kind of forgot. Yeah, so action faking. Stop action faking, start doing stuff, start creating applications. Because if you don't do this, literally years will pass by. Years will pass by without you getting anywhere. And you'll start to become comfortable in this situation. In this situation where you don't know stuff, you get used to your job, you get used to being the guy that has it hard, or girl that has it hard. Getting into the coding industry is difficult. Maybe you're actually making stuff, right? But you've never gotten feedback on the stuff that you're making, on the application that you're building, and no one is hiring you, and you don't know why, okay? Or maybe you are actually having nice applications, you have good code. That's debatable. I don't believe that a self-taught developer that never spent time with a developer can actually have that amazing code. I just don't believe it. Because you need the second pair of eyes, and you cannot, as much studying that you are doing on your own, having a second pair of eyes and the second pair of senior eyes on your code will definitely improve the way you are thinking, the way you are making apps. This is not debatable. But maybe you are one of those prodigies that can code in their sleep, and you shouldn't be watching this video. You should be out there looking for a job, right? Or making a new startup. But for most people, they will definitely benefit having a senior developer over watching the whole creative process, okay? This is what I truly believe, and it's not like I'm trying to sell you something. It's just facts, you know. And I'm learning from my colleagues as well. I'm learning how to write my code better, how to do things in a nicer way, in a way that's easier to understand, easier to read, etc., etc. So everyone can benefit at any stage from code reviews. And if you get code reviews, you'll also start building good habits and remove the bad habits, okay? When I got my first job, I had a bunch of bad habits that I picked up from tutorials, because I've never had anyone to guide me through the process. And I almost lost my first job because I was just guessing things. And luckily, the people that I was working with, were actually nice enough to teach me stuff. But I could have just been sacked, and I guess that would be the end of my career. So if you don't want to have your career ended prematurely, if you want to learn code faster, in a better way, I'm not telling you that this is easy. It's gonna be difficult, right? Even if you work with me, even if you work by yourself, that's gonna be 10 times more difficult. But if you want to do things in the right way, okay, or in a way that's way, way better than just by going by yourself, just by trying to figure out every day, what app should I build? What is the best roadmap? What is this? What is that? If you want to remove all this guessing game and make everything smooth or smoother, okay, then there is a link in the description of this video or in the comment section. Click it and apply for a free consultation call with me, and we'll figure out if we are a good fit to work together to get you to that first junior development job. Until next time, Christian.